So, you've met. I already get the idea that you've met like a lot of people in this industry, a lot of different people, from the smallest to the biggest to people who words mean nothing to the most influential. So, I want to ask you, who is the most influential person that you've met in the industry?
I'm gonna say the most influential. Um, at one point, it was Master P. That was the most influential at one point until just recently when it was DMX. When I met DMX, I got to build with him for like 2 weeks, and this is 2 weeks before he passed. So I got to sit down and really have my family around them, really talk to them, really laugh, kick it, build with them to a point that the producers of the movie that we were shooting during the time, like, they was like, he talked about you like y'all had been around each other forever based off of them few moments in time that y'all was around each other because of the position I was in, because of the situation I was in, because of the things I was into, and because of how I'm always moving with my family. And most artists that's chasing something or that's trying to do something, unless you establish, you moving with a family. If you're not established or at a certain place in your life, people don't even know about your family. People don't even know you got kids or know you got a wife or know you in a relationship, because it's a thing that the culture try to keep to this standpoint of you got to be this certain type of character. You got to be for everybody. You got to be wild and wicked type of situation. And that was something to him because of the position in life that he's in and the things that he's been through. He embraced that to me immediately. Like, I mess with dude because he really like humble. He moves so elegantly and just he's not all wild, and he's we on movie sets till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I got the kids with me, wife with me. That to him meant more than anything I could have ever said to him. To the point that we was planning on doing a project together. Like, all of this was in the works. And within 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks of us meeting, he passed away. And that kind of threw me for a whole nother loop, because it's like, you can build with somebody and everything just goes away because something like that happens. Something that we wasn't expecting. Something that nobody was expecting. Mind you, we all just beat COVID. We all just beat the whole wave of everything happening in the world. So to see somebody that influential and for them to embrace you on that type of level, and then you get a call like he's in the hospital doing bad, and you hear a whole nother world that when we talked it was nothing about, it kind of threw me like, dang, that's kind of crazy, bro. And it kind of took me through another phase to be like, man, you just got to go harder, because he really had your best interest and was really trying to do something with you. I have messages from this man that's like, it will blow the world's mind to say, this is DMX talking to me type of situations. You feel me? So it's like, for me to have that happen was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And throughout my time, within this 7 years, to be honest, I done probably lost 7, 8 influential rappers that I was connected to due to gun violence or due to our culture and this wish-washy stuff that is killing our culture off. And you talking about building bonds with people, that you building organic bonds, and you having these people phone numbers, and you having these contacts that you could use at any time, one phone call away, that it's like, I grew up on y'all. I never could have imagined being eye to eye and having this relationship to where I can go out to dinner or lunch or hit you up and pull up to your house. Huh? This is DMX. This is Soulja Boy, this is Kodak Black. Like, these people, you just don't see this happening the way that I've been doing it. And for it to be happening for me, it's like, that was one of the most craziest and influential people, though, to this date. Is like, dang, man. Like,
tell me, like, when it comes to DMX, man, what is something that, like, especially with his passing, what is something that, like, he taught you or he told you that you can reference with everything that you got going on, that you hold near dear into your heart to this day?
Well, one of the conversations that we had, he really was like, it's all about timing and patience. He was telling me, like, all of these things he went through. He like, I went to this place, I tried to get deals over here, they wouldn't even listening to me in the beginning. I had to hustle, do this, I had to do that, I had to fight, I had to go up against the greatest, I had to do all of these things. And I always kept thinking I still was never him. And then one day, it all changed for him, that everything started getting accepted because he literally had to break doors down. It wasn't just, oh, DMX, as we know him, as this pedestal forever. He tell me about shows where it was nobody in the building. He tell me about shows where he up against people who he passed and they wouldn't even listen to his music. He was giving tapes to people and they wouldn't even take them. Like, this is back when they sliding tapes under Def Jam doors and like they trying to get heard to the point that nobody trying to hear him. And this is DMX. So when you got somebody that influential to tell you, like, keep going with what you got, it's coming to you, it's timing, you don't even know where you really at, but you really somewhere, and to be in his presence and him telling me that, I can't never forget that. I can't never feel like I haven't made it based off of the conversation that he had with me to tell me, like, even if in your mind you think you ain't there, you're there. Because of the conversation that I'm able to have with you, you already made it to a certain point that nobody can strip that from you. Because if you didn't make it to a certain point, I wouldn't even be talking to you. And that one thing in itself alone is like most powerful to me, because it's like somebody that you don't even know from Adam and Eve, what you've idolized, can tell you like you made it. You just don't know it. It's just not, they not giving you your flowers yet type of situation. And why they not giving you your flowers? Because they don't know how to. And it usually don't happen till you dead and gone type of situation. He like, if you keep working, you make them give you your flowers. You make them respect your brand. You make them respect everything you do. Every time you come in my presence, you on your same type of time. You never coming on no woo woo woo. I never reached out to him like, hey, I'm trying to get the track. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. It was always organic in him getting to see the real me versus me trying to push off as if I need something. I come off as I don't really need nothing. I'm good. But everybody know I'm still shooting for something so much bigger. I'm not where I want to be, but everybody can understand like he's not just nothing. He's not just nobody. I know where I come from. I know where I started at. I know where I've been. I've been in the worst of situations. To be in that presence, it's like it was an energy that you can't really even describe in the true format, because it's like
it was godlike.
Yeah, it's like how does this happen? How does this person intake you? And then for the stories that people told me that was a part of his crew that know him from day one, was like, for some reason he liked you on another level than I've ever seen him be around people. And I'm like, he told me this, and they didn't know he told me this because me and him having one-on-one conversation. So there's no way that they knew that he was telling me the same thing. But he wasn't just telling me this as a front, like, oh, well, yeah, let me tell little bro this to keep him happy type of. He was telling his people that. And then they told me, like, he really dealt with you on that type of level. He really wanted you to go somewhere that he know you got the potential to go. And that made me be like, oh, I just got to keep turning it up higher and turning it up higher. And I never let nothing make me feel like I'm too big. Because for somebody to be on his platform and his level, to let me still feel like he's not too big to have a conversation or to deal with me on that type of level, that means like humbleness is the way. That's just the key point that he was basically displaying to me. Like, bro, just keep doing what you doing. Like, your time, what you thinking is your time is coming or it's here and you just don't know it. And that's basically what he was telling me.